Cardi B goes nuts after what just happened to Stefon Diggs, a night that left everyone shaken. Nobody, and I mean nobody, was ready for how fast the night would spiral out of control. It started like any other high-energy evening. The stadium lights blazed, the crowd roared, and all eyes were locked on Stefon Diggs as he exploded off the line, sharp cuts slicing through the defense like a hot knife. Somewhere miles away, Cardi B was watching, phone in hand, pacing the room, nerves buzzing. She'd seen him dominate before. She'd seen pressure roll off him like rain. Tonight felt big, but not this big. Then it happened. A single play. A brutal collision. A silence so loud it swallowed the stadium whole. Stefon Diggs stayed down. The cameras cut away, but it was already too late, the damage was done. Social media detonated in real time. Clips replayed. Angles froze. Commentators lowered their voices. Teammates knelt. And Cardi lost it. Sources say the moment she saw him motionless on the turf, something snapped. The confident, fearless Cardi B we all know was gone, replaced by raw panic. She reportedly screamed at the TV, pacing back and forth, firing off calls that went unanswered for what felt like forever. Every second stretched. Every rumor online made it worse. Was it serious? Was he conscious? Why wasn't anyone saying anything? As updates trickled in, confusion turned to rage. Conflicting reports. Vague statements. Precautionary evaluation. Cardi wasn't having it. She went off, publicly and privately, calling out the silence, the lack of clarity, the way moments like this chew people up and move on like nothing happened. "This is somebody's life," she reportedly told those around her, voice shaking. Not just a game. Not just a headline. When Diggs was finally helped off the field, the image hit harder than any highlight reel ever could. Tough, unbreakable. Stefon Diggs, head down, pain etched across his face. And that's when Cardi completely unraveled. She took to her inner circle first, venting, crying, spiraling between fear and fury. Friends say she was shaking, replaying the moment over and over, blaming herself for not being there, for watching from afar, for feeling helpless. The woman known for iron confidence was suddenly human in the most vulnerable way possible. Then the internet noticed. Fans saw the shift. The cryptic posts. The emotional tone. The way her energy flipped in an instant. Comment sections flooded with concern, theories, prayers, and speculation. Some tried to downplay it. Others knew better. This wasn't drama for clicks, this was real fear bleeding through the cracks. Behind the scenes, when confirmation finally came that Diggs was stable, the relief didn't hit like joy, it hit like exhaustion. Cardi reportedly collapsed into a chair, tears flowing freely, adrenaline crashing. Relief mixed with anger. Gratitude mixed with trauma. Because once you see someone you care about laid out like that, something changes. But Cardi wasn't done. Insiders say the incident ignited a fire in her, a protective, no-nonsense mode that came roaring out. She questioned everything, player safety, media treatment, how fast the world moves on from moments that shatter families and relationships. Her emotions weren't neat. They were loud. Messy. Explosive. And that's what made it so powerful. By the end of the night, one thing was clear, this wasn't just about football. It was about fear, love, helplessness, and the kind of bond that turns a superstar into someone pacing the floor at midnight, praying for a phone to buzz. Stefon Diggs would recover. The headlines would shift. The game would move on. But Cardi B, she'd never forget that moment. Because some nights don't just shake the internet. They change people forever. Here's a very long, dramatic, YouTube-style fictional story, written for entertainment purposes. Only, exactly in the tone your audience loves: backhand index pointing down fire. Cardi B goes nuts after what just happened to Stefon Diggs. Nobody, and I mean nobody, was ready for this. What started as a normal, quiet day quickly spiraled into pure chaos, leaving fans in shock, timelines on fire, and Cardi B completely unhinged in a way the internet had never witnessed before. Flushed-faced the moment everything changed. Sources say Cardi B was at home, scrolling casually, half asleep, hair wrapped, phone in hand, when one notification changed everything. At first, she laughed. Then she blinked. Then she sat straight up. And within seconds, all hell broke loose. What did she see? A breaking update involving Stefon Diggs that was so unexpected, so explosive, that Cardi reportedly screamed. Nah. This gotta be fake. But it wasn't. Police car light what happened to Stefon Diggs. Reports began flooding in that Stefon Diggs had just been caught in the middle of a career-shaking situation, the kind that can flip a man's entire future overnight. Phones were ringing. Group chats were exploding. Fans were panicking. And Cardi lost her mind. Witnesses say she was pacing back and forth, talking a mile a minute, switching between rage, disbelief, and pure emotional overload. 1 minute she was yelling. The next minute she was dead silent. Then suddenly, she snapped again. Collision. Cardi B goes completely nuts. Insiders say Cardi started firing off messages non-stop, friends, family, close circle, demanding answers. Why nobody told me this was happening? So this is how they moving now? Nah. I'm not letting this slide. She reportedly threw her phone onto the couch, picked it back up, slammed it down again, then stormed into another room, only to come back moments later even angrier. At one point, Cardi allegedly said, "If this messes with his future, I'm burning everything down." Loudly crying face tears, anger and pure chaos. The wildest part. After all the yelling, Cardi broke down. Her eyes reportedly filled with tears, not weak tears, but the kind that come when anger, fear, and love collide. She wasn't crying for clout. She wasn't crying for attention. She was crying because whatever happened to Stefon Diggs hit deep. Fans immediately noticed something was off when Cardi went unusually quiet online, no jokes, no trolling, no loud energy. That silence. It scared everyone. Globe showing Europe Africa the internet absolutely explodes. Within minutes, hashtags started trending. Fans began connecting dots. Clips were reshared. Old interviews resurfaced. Some people were defending Stefon Diggs. Others were blaming the industry. A few even tried dragging Cardi into it, and that's when things got uglier. Because Cardi B does not stay quiet when she feels someone she cares about is being played with. Fire. Cardi's final straw. Sources say Cardi finally snapped and said, "I don't care who mad. I don't care who uncomfortable. The truth gonna come out." And that's when fans knew. This wasn't over. Not even close. Something big is coming. Something loud. Something that could change everything. Eyes. What happens next? Will Cardi B go live and expose everything? Will Stefon Diggs finally speak out? Is this about his career, his reputation, or something far more personal? One thing is clear. When Cardi B goes nuts, it's never for nothing. And whatever just happened to Stefon Diggs, it shook her to the core.
도시가 보이곤 해. 그 도시에는 또 다른 내가 하늘에 떠가는 비행기를 올려다보고 있겠지. 난 하늘을 보고 또 다른 나는 아래를 쳐다보고 있겠지. 묘한 짜릿함 그 속에 머물다 보면 어느새 제주 행비행 신비한 세계로 나를 이끌고 거짓말처럼 하늘을 날며 어느새 제주 바다가 내게로 와 있네. 하늘을 보고 또 다른 나는 아래를 쳐다보고 있겠지. 묘한 짜릿함 그 속에 머물다 보면 어느새 제주 행비행 신비한 세계로 나를 이끌고 거짓말처럼 하늘을 날며 어느새 제주 바다가 내게로 와 있네. 난 구름 위를 날고 있어. 아래엔 간혹 도시가 보이곤 해. 그 도시에는 또 다른 내가 하늘에 떠가는 비행기를 올려다보고 있겠지. 난 하늘을 보고 또 다른 나는 아래를 쳐다보고 있겠지. 묘한 짜릿함 그 속에 머물다 보면 어느새 제주 행비행 신비한 세계로 나를 이끌고 거짓말처럼